Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the Coach's Corner. I'm Coach Hadassah, and Coach Cotton Gloves, will be with us shortly. Listen, I don't know what's going on with the weather everywhere. Okay, there's something going on with the weather everywhere. Coach was on. We were backstage getting ready to come on, and next thing you know, everything just shut down. And I'm like, hey, coach, what happened? Where you at? And so she called me and she let me know that they just had a power outage. Like the power went out, right? And so she's trying to see if she could get on another way, like through her phone and something like that. So we are look, we just rolled through it, right? And that's what today's topic is about. Just keeping on, moving forward, fighting through. Now you know we're in a what's that? Mercury retrograde in Libra. Okay? So that's what Mercury is all about. It's about communication and talk, chat, things like that. Transportation, all of that kind of stuff is what Mercury rules. And so in retrograde, you just have stuff like that happens. So Coach she's right here. She just came on. She's backstage. So let me go ahead and bring her up. There you go, Coach. Woo!
Coach, what is happening?
Look, I was just telling the people, hey, it's Mercury retrograde. We just have to work through the process.
He's trying to hold me down, but I will not quit, Coach. I cannot quit. I'm like,
Right.
all day,
Look,
all
look,
day.
if you had to come in through the phone and then I just did this right here, this was what we was gonna do. We was gonna have the coach's corner, and Coach
Facts.
Cotton will be here, right? We have to do this. Like, okay, what say, Coach? Tell the people.
Talk louder. Speak up.
Talk
Speak
louder.
up.
Speak up into the mic.
Facts. Because, Coach, look, I was talking about you today. I was doing my live, and I was like, I was on the point of you having friends and a tribe of people who's going to watch and pray with you. And I was talking about Matthew 26 when Peter and John, they was falling asleep and Jesus kept coming back like, y'all sleep.
Y'all sleep.
And so y'all couldn't watch and pray with me for 1 hour. And so I thought about you and I was like, but let me tell you something. You got to go find you at least one or two, possibly three people who are going to watch and pray. Right, some riders. I said, because I can call Coach Hadassah. And one thing about it, she's not going to sleep on the job. She's going to watch and she's going to pray. And she's going to be up ready for whatever's about to happen. And I talked about you today. I was like, honey, one thing about that coach, she's going to get me in. I don't know how she do it.
Right?
But she going to have my back. I'm like, you better go find you some riders. Because Peter and John let Jesus die. Peter, John, and James, they were sleeping on the job. Like, they were asleep.
They fell asleep.
Don't be the friend that's falling asleep on the job. You got to stay woke, okay?
Yes. Yes. You know what was like, look, if we got to crack a window, if we got to slack, we got to hold it open. Look, what we don't do is get this done.
100%. It's going to happen. How about that?
Yes.
That is hilarious.
Look, you over there drinking something. I'm over here drinking something. You
Girl,
know what?
I got tea. Some tea in here. Because you know my voice.
All right. So we need some Coach's Corner mugs. I'm making it happen.
I'm telling you. I've been trying to tell you to get on it. We're gonna have some t-shirts, some mugs, some hats.
We're gonna have right. We're gonna have
tumblers.
Exactly. It's
in the works. 2022. Watch.
Yes.
We're gonna be out there vending.
Yeah, so look, we have Miss, oh my gosh, we have Miss Faye Barnes in the building. She was there at boot camp this weekend. Just lovely.
I miss Faye. Oh man.
Miss Faye Barnes was there this weekend with her son. We have Christina Stevens here. Hey Christine. We have Ebony. Ebony is
Hey,
here. She's
Ebony.
too. Who else? It was. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. That was Christy because I'm
Christine,
laughing.
she was twice. She was twice.
She said trifling Tuesday, trifling Tuesday, aka Torpedo Tuesday.
Tuesday.
They trying to hold
Facts,
us,
Christy.
and it's just not happening. It's not happening. So
This
look,
is straight facts.
the thing is, what just happened? And then it's okay. Am I pronouncing that right?
Duana.
Okay, Duana.
Yeah,
Yes, Duana. Duana's in the building as well. But look, we started off today with our topic. We really started off the coach's corner.
Facts.
And it was fitting with the topic for today. What's today's topic, Coach?
Today's topic is don't give up the fight. Like, you can't give up the fight. And we just got tested moments before we went on this live. But we didn't give up.
Nope.
Because we're in this fight. And we're going to win. We deserve to win, Coach.
Girl, that part.
Bottom line, like, we deserve to win. I'm like, man.
Yes.
But it's all good because we're winning. We're winning. So it's working out. But yes, don't give up the fight, Coach. That's what we're talking about tonight on the Coach's Corner. Y'all know I'm trying to tag a friend, tell a friend, so y'all see me in the chat with my head down. Y'all got to help me out. Go ahead and tag some people. I know the Coach's Corner is on live right now, preferably on YouTube. But if you have to watch on Facebook, that's fine too. But we want all of you guys to go ahead and subscribe, like, and share the Coach's Corner YouTube channel. But Coach, look, it's a season, like this season. And I heard you before you brought me on talking about the Mercury retrograde. And you know how I feel about that already. But this season has just brought in some unexpected challenges that you got to like be a quick thinker, be quick on your feet to go ahead and start knocking those challenges out, to go ahead and combat them. Or they will defeat you. And so just by saying don't give up the fight tonight, the coach is just here to let you guys know that you got to just be ready. And you got to stay ready. And you got to finish off 2021 with intention. Like, you got to go full speed ahead and don't give up in this fight, because we all have some goals. We got some expectations that we want to see manifest before the end of this year. But it's not going to happen with you being a procrastinator, with you becoming lazy, growing weary. Be not weary in well doing, for you shall reap if you faint not. We got to be the fighters. The reapers, they don't faint. That's why they reap. That's what the Bible says. You will reap if you faint not. But if you quit, you're not going to reap, because you won't see it to the end. If you give up, same thing. You're not going to reap the positive results or meet your goals, because guess what? You quit. You stop. So you just cannot stop. But Coach, go ahead, pick it up. Let us know what we going how we going today. Coach, I can't hear you. No sound. Y'all see how the devil's working? Put in the chat if you guys can hear Coach, because I can't hear her on my end. Can someone drop in the chat if you can hear Coach Hadassah? No, can't hear you. Cannot hear you. No, nobody can hear you. Duana said no, she can't hear either. Ebony says no, can't hear her. And you was just clear, but no, we can't hear you now. Okay, I think Coach is going out, you guys, and she's going to try to re-enter. And this is exactly what we're talking about. And we got to realize, you guys, that anytime there is a purpose, there's a mission, you're going to be faced with adversity. You're going to be faced with challenges. You're going to be faced with some things that's going to come to stop you. You got to remember that the adversary don't want you to win. Like, it is his main focus. He's always on his job to make sure that you give up, to make sure that you quit, that you have some type of impediment, right? some obstacle that's going to stop you. And so Coach Hadassah and myself, we've been experiencing these same challenges, but guess what? Your purpose must outweigh everything else that's going on. Like, you got to be intentional about meeting your goals, you guys. Yes, you got to be intentional about your purpose. You look, I had I was speaking at I had a workshop this weekend at this women's retreat. Let's see, there go Coach. Let's see. Say something, Coach. No sound. Check your settings on your. Oh, she dropped off again. But I was talking about until Coach Hadassah comes back in. Hopefully she can get the audio working again. But again, the adversary don't want the message to go out, and so we have to be intentional about what we're saying and what we're doing. And we can't give up. We can't quit. You know what I'm saying? We got to be the person who refuses to lose, like refuse to lose. But I was speaking at this retreat, and it was called Refuse to Lose. And a thought had come to me. But the Holy Spirit did give me a thought. And basically this thought was this: you can quit whenever you get ready. You can stop whenever you get ready. You can die whenever you get ready. Like, it takes very little effort to do these things, right? You can die, you can quit, you can stop, you can give up. But it takes faith to win. It takes faith to keep going. It takes faith to do what? To live. And so when you don't give up on the fight, you are making a conscious decision to win. You are making a conscious decision to be an executor, right? To finish, to complete things, to have what I like to call the Omega anointing, because you refuse to lose in that manner. And we just got to continue to stay in the fight. Nobody ever said the fight was going to be easy, right? No one ever said that it was going to be something real light and, oh, we was just going to be wealthy. We was going to have all these great, healthy relationships. No, it takes work. It takes energy. It takes effort. And we got to remember that if we want to achieve and obtain these goals and these expectations that we set for ourselves, that we're going to be legacy builders for our family and establish generational wealth, we can't give up on the fight. We got to be intentional. We got to continue to see the purpose till the end, right? And so it's just so crazy that all of this is happening right now while Coach Hadassah and myself is getting this message to you guys through our platform. You see, like, it's so clear. Like, it has to resonate with you about how certain messages the adversary or your enemy don't want to go forth. Or you may, like, I don't know if it's you guys, sometimes it happens to me. I could be reading a book, right? And it could be really a great book that's feeding my spirit. Y'all get sleepy out of nowhere. I'm like, I'm so tired, because he's trying to block what's being downloaded to me. He's trying to block what needs to get to me to do what? Push and further the mission. Say something, Coach.
Hello.
Woo! See?
So I just had to put it on another audio setting, and hopefully this will be okay. But yeah, I heard everything that you were saying, so it was good. Keep going. I'm listening.
No, Coach, I'm so happy you're back, because you know how I be. I'm like, my teammate down, but we can't fight. Give up the fight. We're in this fight together.
Right. But I'm listening. Keep going, girl. The Omega anointing. Keep going.
Right. So you got Coach. I'm like, keep going. Yeah, Coach. Look, I was waiting on her to come back. So no, keep going. I like it. So yeah, we gotta be finishers and have that. Like, I call it the Omega anointing, which basically means that you're gonna complete it. And you're not going to give up. You're not going to quit. Because when you quit, you just fail you. You don't fail everybody else. You're quitting on yourself. You grow tired of yourself. And it is saying that you have given up the fight, but just make a different decision. Choose not to. Like, when we're in this thing, we already got to have a preparedness about ourselves. We got to be intentional about what we're doing so we can have some stick-to-itness, because we should already know that the challenges are going to come. If you get into anything with a mission, go ahead and expect some hardship. It's not going to be a gravy train. Go ahead, Coach. I need to hear what you think about this.
It's man, listen, with everything. I think, and what I don't understand is with the life that we have, that we live, I mean, just looking at everything on the earth and just whatever, all of the stuff that's going on, like, how do we think that we're not going to face any challenges or
Right.
adversities? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
Right.
that's the part that I don't understand. And I
Mhm.
also don't understand that when we do understand that, so when we get to the point where we understand that there are going to be some challenges, there will be some adversities, that, we don't prepare for them. It's just like with trading, like
Right.
proper risk management. I mean, now don't get me wrong, because your girl be, woo, I don't know about that risk management, but I will say, um, hey, when you don't, I don't know if you haven't prepared for it, or if you kind of like deviate, or whatever it is, that
Yeah.
you just accept what came from that. Accept that, okay, there is risk involved, or there are challenges and adversities, and so when they do come, I'm prepared to handle them. I'm prepared
Right.
to face them. I'm prepared for these risks.
Right.
I live in Chicago, Windy City. And just the Midwest period, like, we have some really bad winters. Okay, we
Whew.
just do. I think Minnesota probably got us beat as far as
Right.
the winters and the cold, and stuff like that. But every year, folks complain about the winter here.
Right.
I always wondered why, like, okay, why are we even here in the winter? Now, I love my hometown. I mean, I do. It is beautiful in the summer.
Yeah,
And
it
there's,
is.
when it's nice outside, and there's so much culture and just all of those things. But, when growing up, I was used to living in the South in the wintertime,
Hmm.
where we had winter, but it just wasn't that bad, right?
Right.
But I was used to living in the South in the winter, and then coming here in Chicago in the summertime. Okay, until we just started living here, just the just we just started living here. Okay,
Hmm.
so um, so I've always said that I want to have a winter home somewhere where there's warmer, and then come back here when it's nice outside, right? So then what? Not only is that I've spoken it, I've written it down. I mean, all of these things. I've been wanting to do that since I was younger, because that's what I was used to. Okay.
Right.
So then, and I'm going somewhere with this. So then, um, then there's a working towards that. There's working to make that happen. There's doing the work to make that a reality. Okay.
Right.
And so, but in the meantime, until that does happen, to be here in the winters, there's like certain things that you do. Okay. You have your winter gear, you have your and me, like, I don't even like to be outside in the wintertime. If I do not have to drive, I will not. Okay.
Right. Thanks.
I don't. And so what does that require? That requires doing like the animals do. Like bears, they hibernate in the winter. It's getting prepared. The preparation,
Right.
getting prepared for those harsh winter months. So if you do have to go outside, you have some boots, you have your down coat with the or whatever it is, it'd be super duper warm. Okay. You have your did I say boots? You have your
Yeah, you
boots
got your boots, your
and
coat,
all
your
that good
hat.
stuff. You stock up with as much food as possible. You have a deep freezer, and you fill that mug to the top with, I mean, if you eat meat, then just fill that deep freezer up with foods, or just making it to where you do not have to go outside of the house if you don't want to
Right.
during those winter months. But that's a preparation instead of being caught out here. I mean, I would look real crazy stepping outside in the winter with a swimsuit on.
Right.
You prepare, you be
That.
seasoned, but you prepare for that. And so with life, that's what we have to do when we set goals, when we when we set goals, when we start to focus, all of that kind of stuff. You know what's going to happen? Tests, trials, tribulation.
Yes.
For what? To know if you really want that thing. Because if you do, you will withstand that. You will fight through it. You will do all of that. Because then at the end of it, when you do reap the rewards and everything for staying in there, staying
Mm-hmm.
committed, resisting, and all of those things, you will appreciate that very thing that you said you wanted, that you worked for, I mean, put it this way, anything that I've committed myself to and I done struggled and fought and all of that kind of, baby, I will kill a brick
That.
for anything that I have, girl, I kill a brick
I cannot.
that I put my blood, sweat, tears, and everything in. It's like, oh no, you won't either. That's mine. Period. Point
Right.
blank. The end. But the only way you're gonna be that way is if you have committed through that process and fought and struggled through.
Yeah.
That's the only way, because otherwise, you won't appreciate it or any of those things. And in truth, if you don't do that, you don't even deserve it.
Right.
You don't even deserve it.
Facts. 100%.
Right? Because anything that comes easy, anything, and see, I don't like to use the word free, because free doesn't mean that it's without a cost. Free means that it's without limitations.
That part.
Right?
All day. I'm so happy.
It means that it's not restricted. It means that there are no blocks. That's what free means, right? But everything has a cost. Whether it's your money, whether it's your time and energy, whatever it is, there's a cost to it. Because if you don't pay that cost, you will not appreciate it. You will not value it. It won't mean anything to you at all whatsoever. So
right.
These things that we go through, this fight, and especially, listen, we talk about this Mercury retrograde, right? And
every time
Mercury,
you mention it, I get up to.
Yeah, this Mercury retrograde is occurring in the sign of Libra. That has to do with, like, justice and relations, negotiations, all of these type of things.
Right.
And although there are other planets that are retrograding right now, like five other ones or six, no one really talks about those, but it's more so because those are generational, and you'll see the transformation or that retrograde over whatever with that over time.
Right.
But Mercury is more so, it's what we call a personal planet. It's something that can be felt and immediately.
Right.
So when that planet goes retrograde, everybody is like, oh my God, Mercury retrograde. Lord have mercy. I had 3 of my clients call me on the day that Mercury retrograde was like, listen, Mercury retrograde, you got a spell, a prayer, or something that you can put on it. I was like, okay, listen, first of all, I do know that I'm powerful, but I'm not that powerful, right? I'm not that powerful to be like you. Okay, look, Mercury retrograde. What you cannot do is no. I can't do nothing about that because it's going to be retrograde. We're going to feel it over the next 40 days. However, I can give you what you need to do in order for you to, like just roll with the retrograde. That's
right.
it. Because all it is really a reflecting. It's I always say reflect, review, revise.
Yeah.
During this time, reflect, review, revise. And if you're on the right side of the energy, meaning that you're in alignment with it, then it doesn't mean that it's not going to affect you at all whatsoever. It means that you have what we call the what proper risk management, or you've prepared,
Right.
or those things, so that it doesn't catch you off guard. That's all
Absolutely.
it is. I've experienced some Mercury retrograde and Libra stuff just over this past weekend. Our flight was delayed. Guess what? It really worked out in our favor. It worked out in our favor. I was like, "Oh, thank you. Flight was delayed." Right? We were already on the way to the airport. We would have been there on time anyway, but we would have kind of been rushing just a little bit. But when I got the notification that said the flight was delayed, I was like, "Ooh, we can chill."
Right. We can take our time.
Yeah, we could take a little bit of our time and not feel like, okay, are we there? Are we there
Right.
yet? That type of thing. And then there was a little mix up in the transportation or whatever, but guess what? That worked out too. We ended up having to walk from the bus stop to the hotel. It was about a 19-minute walk. Now Ryan, on the other hand, he didn't like it too much, but I'm like, 20-minute walk. I look, I felt like I had trained for that. I trained for it.
You prepared for it.
Because back in June, I started walking every single day I called it my 40 days, right? 40-day walk in the spirit, where every day for 40 days I walked on the trail. And that trail walking from my house and then back was 70 minutes. So I was walking for 70 minutes every day, and I extended it. I did it for 40 days, and I just loved it so much, and my body got used to it, to where one day I felt like oh, I'm not gonna go out there today. My body was like, oh yes, you are.
Became a habit.
Yeah, you became a habit. It's like, look, I don't know what you're gonna do, but we gonna walk in the day. That's what my body did. So I was used to doing that. So that little 19-minute walk from where we were to the hotel was nothing. And look, my son, I'm 46, he's 17, he an athlete, he ride race bikes and all of that, and he talking about his legs was burning. My legs didn't feel nothing. Right?
I can't deal with Ryan right now. I can't.
And then what was so funny about it, you know how we do, we older, and I had to start saying that. I'm like, see, son, back in 1982, when we used to have to walk to school in the wintertime, in the snow, 50 below, 6 feet,
He was like, that's y'all.
Right, all of that. And he was like, okay, that might have happened in 1982, but it is 2021. We take Ubers.
Facts.
Right?
We get rides. We got a North Face jacket over here. I don't know what I was bundling with.
Right. This is not 1982.
That is so funny.
So, but saying all that to say that we just have to be prepared, so that it doesn't catch us off guard.
Right.
And when things do not catch us off guard, we just roll through it. Right. We roll through it. We fight through it. And even when we're prepared, it doesn't even really feel like a fight.
Right.
It's like what it say in the scriptures: resist, right? Resist the devil, or resist the adversary. The thing is resistance. Resist.
Right.
And how you resist? Stand on what we call it, stand on your square, right? Stand on your square, stand on your ground, stand firm. In the scriptures, it says, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, stand firm,
right?
Be unshakable,
unmovable.
Stand. It didn't say sit, it didn't say squat, it didn't say kneel, it said stand.
Thanks. It made me think about that training that Dr. Linda Rogers Brown did last Wednesday. And she was talking about integrity, but she took grit out of that. Were you able to make that call? But what she was saying, I was like, she coming with the sauce today. Right? Like because I'm like, integrity, and then she pulled grit out of that, and she was basically saying, you got to have some grit. And she broke down that term. She said, there's firmness in mind, and
Mm-hmm.
unyielding courage. And the only
Exactly.
way that you can have that type of grit coupled with your integrity is to be bold, is to stand firm, is to be unshakable and unmovable, steadfast. And it just goes along with this climate. It goes along with this season. Which route are you going to take? Are you going to be the one that takes the fear and you go running scared, or you quit and give up? Or are you going to take your faith and say that, you know what, you're going to speak to the mountain and say, mountain, you be removed. I'm not moving, but
Exactly.
you be removed, right? And so when she had brought that point out last week, I was like, okay, she on a whole nother level, with this coaching and leadership, because y'all know Dr. LRB, and it's tomorrow. She's definitely gonna bring in what you need for leadership, but it just again goes along with the season and what's happening. You gotta understand that it's a shift taking place, and you gotta be ready. Like, you just have to be ready to arise. You gotta be ready to fight, and fighting not like the negative part of fight, but fight in the intentions of not being shaken, with the intent to not give up. You can make a decision to quit. You can make a decision to stop, but make the other decision, which is to keep going, to push, to pray, to fast, to walk in your grit and your integrity, right? So you can win. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
have goals and expectations, you want to get to them. I mean, right? Are we doing this just for nothing? If I set
Right.
a
Yeah, that's what
goal,
we're doing.
right? I'm like, if I set a goal, I want to reach the goal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I say I want to trade $500 extra a month, if I want to trade or build $500 extra a month, then that's my goal. I'm going to get it. I'm going to reach my goal. But if I stop, then I'm never going to reach my goal, because I quit. I gave up on myself already. I defeated myself before I really got started. And the first challenge that comes, if I quit, then I will never see the end of that goal. I will never get to the expectation. And the thing about it is, that's biblical. He said that in Jeremiah 29:11. He said, for I will give you your expected end. So if your expected end is $500 a month, that's what you should be banking on, knowing that you're going to get there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like you, coach. I don't understand how people can come into something with purpose and think they just going to have a cakewalk.
Because that's not happening.
It's not going to happen.
It's not happening. It's not happening. And so, and you know what? And so this is what I would like to do, because we're going to start doing this, right? We're going to start having some interaction in this chat. So
Yes.
you still with us. If you are still with us right now, this is what we want you to do. This is what we want you to put in the chat, right? Fight,
Fight.
right? Put that
Look,
in the
I'm on
chat.
the chat. Let me put it. I'm going to do it too.
Right? Put that in the chat. Fight. All right? Fight. And as a matter of fact, and share. Fight and share. I mean, don't put share in
Right.
it. Share this.
Yeah.
Share this on your
Fight.
social media pages, but put fight in the chat.
Fight.
And because that's what you have to do, and that fight, what that really is, it's more so because you're going to have those things that happen on the outside. But you know what you
100%.
really have to fight? You have to fight your own mind that's telling you to give up.
Yes.
Those things are happening,
That part.
and you have to fight your own mind that is telling you to quit, because what is outside is greater than you, when that's not
Mm-hmm.
so. The thing that is outside of you that's happening, that adversity, is not greater than you. So that's why you have to continue to fight that thing that's within you to say, man, you should just give up, or you should just stop, or this is too
Right.
hard, or this is too much, or this, or whatever that is, this is too big. It's not greater than you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's not.
It's not. So that's what you fight. Fight through that, right? Fight through your own self-doubt. Fight
Mm-hmm.
through your own fear.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I remember this was some years ago. I had a dream, and I was downstairs in my basement, and it was dark. It was dark. And it was, I mean, like it was it was just really dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking towards the laundry room area in the dark, trying to make sure that I didn't trip over anything or whatever.
Mm.
And when I got in there, it was like I felt this presence that was there in that darkness.
Wow.
And then this face kind of, it was almost like one of those horror movies, like the scary movie where this face just came for, and it was like a real like ugly face, like a monster kind of face, just like peered slowly and then came real like close in front of me as to try to scare me. But
Wow.
I just stood there and looked at it with a very fierce look. Now, in myself, in the dream, I felt like, oh shoot, like,
Like, what's
what is
happening?
this? What is this thing? But at the same time, I also felt within myself in the dream that I kept saying to myself in the dream, have no fear. I kept saying that to myself in the dream, have no fear, have no fear, have no fear. Because at any given moment, if I would have felt the energy of fear, whatever that thing was that was trying to come, like come in my face like this, and it was like a monster or whatever, it would have like overtaken me or something. But
Right.
I just stood there and I looked right back at it. It went away. It came like close like this, and then it just went away and faded back in the background.
Wow.
Woke up. I was like, that was weird. Like what kind of dream was that? But I realized what that was. It was like whatever was going on at that time. I can't even remember or whatever, but it our dreams, it gives us things, it gives us messages. And there's different types of dreams. There's some dreams where it's like a psychic dump, so many things, messages or whatever, just bombarding your psyche during the day to where
Right.
when you go to sleep, it's like, it's just like throwing out the trash. Um, and then there are other dreams that you have that may be warnings.
Absolutely.
And then there's some dreams that are prophetic.
Absolutely.
And so you have to know the difference between them.
You
And
raised my hand on the last two.
yeah, right. And so that particular one, it had something to do with whatever it was in the, unconscious part of my mind, that apparently had to do with fear.
Mm-hmm.
That was me standing in the face of fear and not being moved.
Wow. I love it.
Right. And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Right. So fight through that.
Right.
And once you fight through that in your own mind, everything else, it's outside.
Absolutely.
That's outside noise.
Absolutely.
Take it, coach.
You can end it, because when I tell you that's it. I mean, literally, that's it. That's a choice. You can cower down, or you can woman or man up and be brave and take that fear and put some faith on it. And I feel like enough said. You don't need it. I don't need to say no more.
Right. And what do they say? That take away this acronym. And I know you all probably have heard it a million times, right? But whatever it is that you got through this Coach's Corner today, apply that when you look at this acronym, right? That false evidence appearing real.
Absolutely.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Right.
And that's even your problems. That's your problems too. Your problems look big because you make them look big. And most times, Coach, I heard my second mom, Didi, she say this all the time. She say, when you're facing your problems or you're trying to face your problems, the reason why you get fearful or you feel like it's bigger than you is because you're in a place where you're cowering down. And what happens when you're down? You're low. So when you're low, everything looks big, everything looks tall. Stand up. And it's really not that big. It's really not that tall. When you face it, just like you said, face everything. No, what is it? False evidence appearing real. When you face that fear, because there's two acronyms for fear, and I think I was thinking about the other one. But anyway, when you face that fear and you stand up to it, you realize it's really not that big. And if you magnify your provider over your problem, the problem gonna have to go away anyway. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Coach. I mean, I love it. I'm trying to look. I was trying to put it in the chat, then I was like, "Oh, I love this." Let me say something. Let me put this in the chat.
right. But I forgot what the acronym, the other acronym. I know it's false evidence. It's like face everything and something. What's the R?
Face everything.
Look,
face
if somebody
everything
else,
do anybody know the R? My brother might know a Buki.
Does it? If anybody else, if anybody on Coach's Corner, you know, put it in the comments if you know what it is. It's like face everything and something. I can't think of the R.
I can't think of the R either. But it's face everything and whatever the R stands for. Because the flip side of that is forget everything and run. And that's what we don't want to do. We want to face everything and I don't know. I can't think of it.
Right. And then that thing that's in our bodies where it's a natural system, you know, a natural response that we have where, you know, it's either fight or flight. Right. Fight or flight. And so a lot of people, and now don't get me wrong, do not get me wrong. Instinctually, we do know if we need to fight or get the heck out of Dodge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we do know if we can stand there and fight or flight or run, you know, take flight. But then even when you think about that take flight, you know, think about the eagle. If you have to take flight, you see what I'm saying? Not take flight as in cowering to run away, but take flight as the eagle would.
Yeah.
Because when that eagle is in danger, it goes straight towards the sun. What does that represent? You know, what does the sun represent? Right? That represents exactly. It represents it represents the SON. So you definitely want to take flight there, because when you take flight to the sun, SON, and I mean immediately, honey, listen.
Thanks.
You will fight.
You will fight.
And that fight is to stand in the face of adversity. Yeah. Because you have the power.
You have the power.
Right.
I
face everything and rise.
That I was like, what is the R? And Holy Spirit said rise. I'm like, we were just talking about stand up. Why I couldn't get it, I don't know. But face everything and rise.
Face everything and rise. There we go. And on that note, we are out of here. So, did we have Jacob today?
Girl, you know it's 2 years and 15 minutes.
Yes. Okay,
16 minutes.
Yep. Okay. Well, good. So listen, we thank you all for attending the Coach's Corner on today. Of course, we are here every Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you share this platform with others. All right. Yes. Because we you know, we're coaching now, we're brainstorming to bring, you know, more content, more value and things like that to everyone, because the times that we're in now, you know, we need to come together. We need to be able to feed one another, right? We're look, soul food, where we're feeding the soul, we're dropping nuggets, you know, things like that. So we need to get this out to as many people as possible. And the only way that we can do that is through you all. Right. Because here's the thing, word of mouth is the best advertisement ever. Word of mouth. Why is that? Because the people that you know trust you. Right? They don't know me. They don't know me through you, right? They don't know Coach, but they will know Coach through you, and you know us.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you all just make sure, like when Coach Cotton comes on, she always says tag a friend, tell a friend. That's what you do. Tag a friend, tell a friend, share across your social media, share on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Go ahead and
Please.
subscribe. And Coach, okay, because we had a giveaway, right?
Yes.
We had a giveaway, and guess what?
A planner.
90-day action planner,
Yes, yes, and
right?
yes. Look, I
Here
got
it is.
mine.
Here it is,
You know, mine
right?
is right here. I don't know if
Yes,
y'all can see
yes.
it.
So here it is, right here, 90-day action planner. And because we with look with you all's help, okay, we have reached that we've exceeded. We went over that 100 subscribers mark. We're at 145. So we thank you all, okay? And so
Yes.
with that, we're gonna choose a winner, right? We're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna choose who won this 90-day action planner, because we want to make sure that we get it out to you like ASAP, because this is the last quarter, right?
Yes.
And so this will go right alongside with that last quarter of you taking action, writing things down
Love it.
and executing. And when I tell you this action planner is the bomb, honey, listen, I've already done my first action planner, and I think I have the last week left. And when I just reflect on it and look back, I'm like, wow, I got a lot done.
Absolutely, because you can measure it. You can clearly see where you started and then where you are now.
Yes,
And that
yes,
planner is y'all saw mine. It's a bomb biggity. Like I literally, if you don't have one, and unfortunately, if you don't win this planner, still go get the planner.
yes, right. Still get it. And we want to thank Dr. Relinda Rogers Brown for
Yeah,
telling us all about it, because we wouldn't know about the action planner if it wasn't for her. And so
absolutely.
when I saw him, I said, this is it, right? This is it right here. So
That is
there
a
will
great
be
giveaway.
a lucky winner.
And
Right?
when are we gonna announce that, Coach?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Gotcha.
Yeah, next
Sounds like a
Tuesday.
plan.
So listen, next
On
Tuesday
YouTube, y'all need to be on YouTube.
on YouTube. Be on YouTube. Tag a friend, tell a friend, tell everybody.
Yeah,
Come
tag
on
a
over
friend, tell a
to
friend.
the Coach's Corner next Tuesday, because we will announce the winner of the action planner for helping us get to over 100 subscribers.
Yes.
All right. So Adamisha said, she said she has 2 already. Yes.
Yes, Amisha. That's exactly. Look,
Yes.
when I'm
Yeah.
done with this one, I'm going to order another one too.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
I understand. I thank you.
Yes. All right. So you all have a wonderful day. And anybody, that's on here, that's part of the Extreme FX family tonight, Jacob, in about what? How many minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. All right. So go ahead and get you some tea, coffee, whatever it is that you do, eat something so we can hop on. All right. So have a wonderful evening. See you next Tuesday. Peace. Girl, I can't end.